This is the EGR assembly here. This is the EGR cooler. This is the EGR valve. And this part here is where the EGR pipe is connected. It's up here. Okay, but I want to show you something first. When you are disassembling this EGR system, it is good to make a mark so that you will be able to put it back together once you put these marks and line them back up. It makes it much easier to assemble. This has been disassembled. I'm just going to show you. So when you take it out, it is also good to make a mark on the gasket. So the gasket will line up with the housing. So when you have to install it, you know exactly how to put back the gasket. I'll show you something. On this gasket, there's a depression here. Now, you could put it this way, but this is not how it came out. It came out with the depression on top. So you're supposed to put back this way. It will show by the indication here that it is correct here. This is a good way when you have to install it. Now, to install it, all you have to do is to put it back here. And it's easy now because the markings are lining up here. So it's easy to put it back here together. Now all you have to do is put back on these two nuts. This is all it carries, one on this side and one on this side. The nut catches easily. Alright, so this is the valve assembly. This has to be free. It moves up and down like that. It must be free, otherwise it wouldn't work properly. Now this is the other part that connects to the EGR pipe. I just want to show you how this one is. Now in other video they said that this bolt cannot be taken out or tightened after you put on the EGR cooler, but this is exactly what I'm doing here. I'm taking it out with the cooler on there. So this comes off like this, and there's also a gasket here. Now this gasket has to go this way. There's a depression on this gasket. If you look at the other side, it's high. This has to go this way. This is how it came out. So you have to line up this gasket here with the depression on this side. Then you install it back onto the valve mechanism. Once it's lined up, you catch the bolt. Yes, the bolt in, yeah. On the seam. There it is. That's the bolt in here. Then the other bolt goes here. And catches it back here. Expand. Down. And same thing here. That's in there. That's it there. That's it. But to make this, to be able to see here clearly as I am seeing here, I had to move these hoses here. But then you already like.
You go ahead.
I had to move back these hoses here to make that room here. So I tied it with this wire here and here and pull back the hose. So I had room to work here now. So I can put my hand like this here, and this is one of the bolts that gives the trouble. There's a bracket that goes in here, but you cannot see this when the bracket is on from the EGR. So this is where it is. The nut has to go on here and lock this bracket here. This bracket goes like this, and the bolt goes under here. You can see it underneath here, but you cannot see it when it's on. Right. So I have made enough room here to work here in this area. I'm able to catch the exhaust bolt here also. My hand can fit here now clearly and catch the bolt on the top and on the bottom. Right. I'm now going to install the EGR cooler. But before I do that, I want to show you something. Okay, this part of the EGR cooler carries a gasket between the exhaust and this EGR cooler. For this gasket not to fall out and then make it difficult to catch, you also just have to do is put in the same two bolts that you have for the exhaust, like this. Catch them and just take a piece of tape like this, tape it on to the end, not where it would obstruct the sealing, on the end of the gasket, and tape it on outside so the gasket will not move. You do this on both sides. And this is the other side. You just put the tape on here. That will hold it there. And tape it back on the outside here. That would hold the gasket from falling out. Somebody said that it took them 1 hour to get this to align because of the gasket falling out. So this is how you put on the gasket, and when you tape it down there, it cannot fall out, and then you can install it. There's room to work. You just have to take your time and line it up. Okay, so I am installing back the cooler in place. This bracket here has to go on inside of this bolt here. See in the bolt here? Like that. And after it goes in there, you cannot see it again. So that's how it goes in. When that goes there, it is best to catch this bolt here first on top here. So that it will not fall. That's where it goes in. Catch this bolt here first, and then the gasket because I have to line up this over the exhaust. This is the exhaust here, and this is the bolt for the exhaust. This has to go in here and into the like that, and you just have to run along this bolt. This bolt goes in easily once it is in line, and the gasket is in place. I will show you that now. I can take out this one. This is the gasket here, extended out here. So the gasket is in place, and it doesn't fall out because of the tape. Once you catch the top, you just have to line up the bottom also and catch the bottom. It's in now. I'm going to take this spanner and tighten it up. But first, let me try my hands. Okay, shall I put the spanner now and tighten it up? Okay, it's tight here now. It doesn't have to be super tight. It just has to be tight. Now it's tight. All I have to do now is catch the nut. And the nut goes in easily because there is a body like this on the top here. And the nut catches easily. As you can hear, it has gone right up there now. All I have to do now is lock it in place. That's it, it's tight. Check back the top one. And that's tight also. And that's it there. This socket, I am catching this. I put a piece of tape on this socket so that this nut would fit tightly on this. The reason for that is because where I'm going to put it, it can't fall out as it is here. It's under the EGR cooler. You cannot see clearly underneath there, but I am going to put on this, and for it not to fall out, it would be lost if it fall out. I stick it on with a piece of tape. So you're unable to see it, but I have installed it there. And that's it, it's tight there. I'm just going to knock it off. Okay. Alright, that's how you. I'm going to install this bolt here. To catch this bolt, it will not catch easily if this bolt on this bracket on the top and the one at the bottom is tight, because this has to, you have to play with this a little bit up and down for it to catch. Okay, so I'm snugging it down now. I'm now installing the last nut up here. Snug it down. That's it. Alright. Now I'm going to install. Ready? I'm now going to install this back over here. This is what operates the EGR valve. This has a magnet in it with a spring. This magnet goes on like this. It spins in like that, and that's where it goes. It will reverse all the time like that. Now this part, this electrical part, goes on like this here. It has to go straight down, rest flat. That's it, it goes in there. Right, now this carries two screws here, one on this side That's a turn and go back in here. Let's get this right. Just have to swivel, and at some point it slips in like that, and then you line up the hole to catch the screws. And the hole is where another screw here. Where is it? It goes in on the other side. It's knocked down properly. It came out hard, so and you just have to put back this back on here, and that's it. That's it. I have to install this pipe back on here, but I will not do that in this video. I'll be doing it in a subsequent video. This is because I have to put on the intake manifold, and I would also do that in the other video. Thank you for viewing this. I hope this can help someone.